Ooh, ooh. What it do, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to an impromptu transit talk. This is the Peace Dealer. Yeah. Shout out to y'all joining us right now. I forgot there was a whole notification thing. So shout out to those of y'all who got notifications. Shout out to novelists of Clear Soul Forces. Thanks, Ang. Yeah. Let the goof times roll. Shout out to Thomas. Shout out to Nikita. We got the natal Mercury gem. Shout out to those of you with natal Mercury and Gemini. Yeah. Cerebral apex. There we go. That's true. That's true. Limitless. Right. So shout out to novelist of Clear Soul Forces. He made an album, a classic album called Bless Beltane, everyone. He made a classic album called Cerebral Apex. And yeah, shout out to those of y'all who saw me on Daquan's live. That was fun as hell. Apparently I'm an adjustable one, so I'm adjusted. I thought I was a 6, but apparently I'm a 2. But other than that, yeah, Cerebral Apex is about a period of time where some people like a post-apocalyptic version of the future where certain, chosen ones or people develop the ability to reach their cerebral apex. It's kind of like taking an NZT pill. And it's more so really bringing you to a position where in exchange for some of your life force, you're able to operate at full brain capacity and really, right. I feel you, Jeff. And really also, kind of access abilities that you couldn't before you activate this. Well, this Mercury and Gemini transit is building the neural pathway. Shout out to Bradley Cooper, who I think is a Capricorn sun, to actually process this in enlightened ways. This is a Mercury and Gemini transit that will single-handedly change everything that you think about everything. It's going to be one for the books. There's a lot happening, and it's also a retrograde. So I want, yo, Nikita, you were preaching on your Facebook. Like you had some posts that I was just like, yep. Preferably, people be hating on Geminis, but if Jesus reincarnated, the nigga would be a Gemini, and that is just facts. But other than that, we don't need to drop these angelic gems. What we need to talk about is Mercury and Gemini, because what this is going to do is relative to Saturn that has cycled its way up to Aquarius and Jupiter. This trine to Aquarius is going to literally take this celestial knowledge and then like in Gemini. And that's going to be like the actual process of downloading knowledge in this dual core processor where Mercury and Gemini processes information near instantly. And this is going to literally manifest and activate this extraordinary sense of limitless processing ability. So Mercury and Gemini is going to have your mind going like this, like that, like that. And in a short transit, you're going to, all right, Kobe. In a short transit, you're going to actually experience this very profound element. You know what? Let's do that. This very, 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 very very, very, very profound element of enlightenment. So I want to use the movie Limitless as an example, because in the movie Limitless, we're seeing the whole notion. There we go. In the movie Limitless, we see the whole drug-induced phenomena of gaining access to cerebral potential, right? Through the taking of a drug. And one thing about that is he didn't get high. People who took the pill didn't get high. They didn't exceptionally come into some crazier sense of extra power. Instead, they felt clear. What this substance did was really just bring out more of what people already naturally had, which is very, very, very important. Nice. Which is very, 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 very important, because and shout out to Lucy. Lucy follows that same, the whole percentage of the brain. Shout out to Lucy. This is where the movie reminds me of Ritalin. I love it. This is where, once again, this is speaking of a change in consciousness that brings out more of what you already had. That's the beautiful thing about the movie Limitless. The pill in the movie Limitless, or even Lucy, they didn't really speak on giving you any extra power. What these things did was just bring to the surface more of what you always had. The whole facet that, with nootropics and smart drugs, that is going to be the whole next wave over the next decade. You have the capacity to expand your brain's function. And so, off the heels of the last few years that you've been awakening power in your DNA and body, the first step of this is manifesting this enlightenment. I split the deck, literally got the Ace of Wands. It's going to be a really fun night. Is your mind. Okay. So the first evidence that your body has awakened is the consciousness that your brain reflects in your mind. Because remember, you're in a simulation. You are experiencing the process of your brain, which is in a vat. The vat is your skull, which is taking imagery and through electrical impulses projecting back this experience. Right now, you are hallucinating your whole perception of yourself. It's not really what you're seeing. And I want you to ponder that. If you smoke and take an Addy, you feel like Limitless. That is a fact. But other than that, don't do drugs, kids. But other than that, in this holographic universe where all is mind, now that we're stepping into the Taurus Gemini axis, this is the axis between your physical senses, because you have more than 5 physical senses, but your physical senses and your clairs versus the perception that enables you with your mind to process and think based off of what input your senses bring to your brain. And so we're going to see, okay, like never before in this transit, Mercury prepare for you to step into the new age of the gods. Congratulations, we're here. Aliens, celestial beings, and aliens. What this transit is going to do is basically just like adjust your mind's processing ability to basically have you blur out and be like, oh shit, aliens have been watching me jack off my whole life. This is fucking weird, because I used to think that it was ghosts, but it's actually aliens and ghosts. And they need to mind their fucking business, but they're bored. So, I mean, what else are they going to do but watch you on GodTube? So yeah, there's that. Think about how crazy a concept like that is to even accept. Welcome to Mercury and Gemini. They save all the crazy weird shit for Gemini transits, just like what happened with George Floyd. Like, I just realized, like, this, like, the universe is like, oh, that's crazy as fuck. Wait until the Gemini transit. Then we can do that. I don't know why y'all wait to have us do the. Y'all must think we're crazy or something, but it is what it is. Y'all think we're crazy. Y'all do think we're crazy. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. To your defense, we're a little crazy, but yeah, this is going to be fucking insane. I don't know how else to tell you this. I tried to sugarcoat this, but I don't know how else to tell you that you're walking into this transit with your 3D perception and you're walking out of this transit able to perceive in 5D. There is remember, Gemini is a mutable sign. The wind blows here, the wind blows there, the wind blows here, the wind blows there. So like you're activating the mechanism to like go from 3D to 5D site to 7D site if you're like an Aquarius or Pisces. And I need to really, make sure we emphasize the switching mechanism where you turn a light on and off. It's like you're going to be able to turn on and off this limitless cerebral apex. This is a collective aspect that every single person will tap into because everybody has the ability to tap into chi, life force energy. Infinity is everywhere. You may come into the ability to manifest that in reality. And so everyone has the ability to tap into their cerebral apex, but everyone has a different brain. So my cerebral apex is not your cerebral apex because you think differently than me. You process information differently than me. You have a different elemental affinity than I do. Even if we have the same like element, the affinity is going to be subtly different. My connection with thunder and lightning is not going to be the same as your connection with lightning if you're also lightning affinity. And that's your uniqueness and superpower. No one else is you. Congratulations. That's fucking awesome. So concerning that, right? What adds more to this is, thank you. Mag said it. I can only imagine how good it's about to get. You need to understand that generations upon generations upon generations upon generations of cycles have led you to this point. You are literally at the moment that you've prepared your whole life for, because this Gemini bridge is bringing you enlightenment into a new life. Because relative to other Gemini transits, since the 90s, literally since 91, think about the fact that 91, 92, 93 was the last time we had this level of celestial enlightenment, and most of you were in your fucking diapers. So now you're of age. Are you kidding me? You've come into so much experience about how shitty this world is and about how fake most people are, but you decided to still keep it real while bearing your experience. Did I say most? I'm sorry. Most all people. Like a very, very small few percentage of people who actually are real. Isn't that shameful? And you happen to be one of that few percent. I think a lot of you felt like, you know what, I'm arrogant for even feeling this. And then you smacked yourself last year, 2020, and said, no, actually, I knew what I was talking about the whole time. So here's the thing. You are going to level up so uncomfortably. The shit that you're just going to suddenly know is going to betray everything you thought about deductive and inductive reasoning. You want to throw away in the trash the whole concept of perceiving information, processing it rationally, making sense of it, digesting it. That shit's done now. You literally just know. And that's going to be it's going to be really weird to adjust to. This is why Mercury is retrograding. So we're going to literally have Mercury and Gemini. So we're literally going to have Mercury and Gemini from May 4th to July 11th. May 4th to July 11th. That's a long time. Okay. So the sun's going to be in Taurus, manifesting this in your body. Then it's going to meet in Gemini. You're going to have the fucking greatest epiphany of all time, the most alien epiphany that's going to make sense of a lot that you've been going through. And then that's going to really be the light Mercury connection to enlighten. I'm limitless. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Now Mercury has to retrograde because it's like, holy shit. I thought I knew the truth and I did, but now I know the truth. Holy fucking shit, because Gemini season is the celestial revelation of all time. Like, oh my gosh, guys, y'all are about to get the celestial revelation of truth. Like, the alien forces in Aquarius land are just going to be like, it's time for these humans to know. Yeah, Galactic, it's time. We've kept this from them for so long. Y'all saw Invincible, but Gemini season is basically going to be episode 8 of Invincible. Your spirit guides are gonna have that talk with you, baby. Okay, and then the sun's gonna go in Cancer, and then Mercury's gonna catch up. When you like just download like the craziest information, and then you just need to get in your feelings and process that information. Like, damn, did they just tell me that like I was? And so you're gonna have that period, and then it's gonna catch up, and then you can move on with your life. But like, if you have not seen Invincible, Gemini season is going to be episode 8. Like, your spirit guides are going to talk to you and be like, hey, so remember how we were telling you about, you're a star seed? Remember how we told you you're not from here? Yeah, remember how we told you that you actually came here to anchor light? Remember how we told you there's others like you out there? Okay, we lied about like 86% of it. You see, you were in your awakening journey, so we didn't want to scare you. If we told you that you're representing a whole bunch of alien overlords that are going to take over this country and world through you probably would have thought you were better. You feel like y'all about to have that talk. Y'all about to have that talk with the universe. The universe is gonna be like, see those people across the street? They're NPCs. They're not even real. Look. Have you ever seen your neighbors bring in grocery? Exactly, you're in a simulation. Like, you see those neighbors right there? Just say, look. See how they're glitching right now? And you're gonna see them glitch like, what the fuck? Yeah, your mom isn't even your mom. She's just a stand-in. Like, we had her actually she comes from another star system. Watch. Just say this phrase and watch her glitch. And like, you're just like, oh no, like your worst fears. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything that you knew but didn't want to admit, your spirit guide, the celestial realm, the synchronicity, they're gonna speak to you synchronicities, numbers, they're gonna channel through other people. There's more demons than angels out here. There's also a very huge infiltration of evilness. The reason why it's justified is because no one had a gunshot to them. People made integrity test decisions to lead them down a complex set of decisions that molded their character. Case in point, there's a lot of evil motherfuckers. There's a lot of people who put on this masquerade of I'm good, but they're evil as hell. There's a lot of people who seem evil because they don't put on that goody two shoes nice guy shit, but they're actually solid. They just come off as assholes because they don't go out their way to be nice. There's a lot of people who act nice, but they're evil as fuck. And it's going to be a Gemini season that reveals this, yo. So like, we're on the verge of celestial revelation. But I need the feel of this Mercury and Gemini season is you are receiving knowledge from higher authorities and forces that will change your mind about everything, make what you used to do obsolete. And it's going to literally be like a dramatic revelation. Like, hey, yeah, you're a starseed, but you actually come from a frequency vibration of people who sent you here so that you can take over this earth and then, kind of prepare the planet for aliens to come down. And you're just going to be like, what the fuck am I crazy? What the hell is happening? And then the Mercury retrograde is going to happen. You're going to see the synchronicities and it's going to be like, you're not crazy. Well, even if you are crazy, it's still the truth. So let me just tell you this. What you're going to be revealed will blow your fucking mind. You're not going to be able to process this. This is why Neptune, did you notice Mercury is going to retrograde square Neptune? So you're literally Mercury's going to go into Gemini. As soon as Mercury comes into Gemini, you're processing gem after gem after gem after gem after gem. You're just going to gain information that takes everything that you've been revealed so far and enlighten it. It's just going to be like, this is the truth about what you know about that. This is the truth about what you know about that. The energy is going to move very quickly. Now, nothing new over here. So if you're a Pisces, if you're an Aquarius, if your moon Scorpio, Sag, Cap, Aqua, Pisces, if your sun Scorpio, Sag, Cap, but really Aquarius or Pisces, y'all are the only ones where you're not even going to get revealed anything. Like, some of the people are going to reveal it to you and you're going to be like, I know that. They called me crazy for saying, I already know that. Why are you telling me? You guys let me know already. Like, why are you telling me? Did you forget that I already know? That's going to be every Pisces Aquarius to be like, but I know already. What do you talk? Did you not see me screaming like a madman? Did you not see me? Did you not see the rest of the world call me a crazy ass because I said this? And now now niggas is trying to act like they just found it out for the first time, like I didn't tell anybody. And Pisces is gonna be like, y'all basically call me delusional, but we can pretend that I'm finding. Pisces, I think, is just gonna pretend that like they didn't tell you this for years. They was like, oh no, really? Oh, that's amazing! Wow, that's crazy. The crazy. But I know but like you literally called me crazy like years ago. Because all right, it is what it is. But yeah, it's a vibe. They really did though. So like, yeah, this is just gonna be weird because there's what you think it is, there's what you think is coming, there's what you think your awakening is supposed to look like, and then there's what it actually looks like. And it's gonna be terrifying because it's gonna be terrifying. Like I want you to think in the Bible where people see angels, you know what I'm saying? They're not like, oh, Archangel Metatron, thank you. I just want to commune with you. No, motherfuckers is like, holy shit! Oh, fuck, no! Ah! And then the angels are just like, ugh. Like, nigga, hold it. Keep yourself together, motherfucker. Like, what the fuck? And it's like, I don't think y'all want to really summon these angels, my friends. Like, so when these motherfuckers just show up, like, you're just gonna be minding your business, and then you're gonna be looking to the left, and then you're gonna be chilling, and you're gonna look to the left, and there's just two men in black there, like, what the fuck? And you're like, chill. We've had invisibility cloaks since the 70s. I know this is new. Thank you. Listen. Some of you are about to legitimately have a run-in with the men in black. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, and there's no way that this is not going to be crazy. And you're going to realize that the info they're dropping on you has been applicable for years. They're just telling you now. Like, oh yeah, we've been watching and following you for like 15 years. We just couldn't tell you until now because it was on a contract. And it's just like, some of you are already experiencing this. Some of you are already like 3 weeks into the future. So you don't even know why shit is just overlapping and merging. And like you're in between timelines and shit. And there's no other way that I'm gonna be able to say this without sounding even crazier, because now this is tied into your supernatural ability. So the reason why you need to go through this, let's just say your power's already awakened, but your power runs off of Windows Infinity. And right now, your mind is processing Windows Bumblefuck or Windows too old to process. See, Windows Infinity programs do not run on Windows Bumblefuck. I'm sorry. Windows Bumblefuck is a very old processing system that processes things in terms of race and nationality. It looks at people and divides them through color and other bullshit. Windows Infinity just sees souls and spirits, okay? It's a bit prejudiced. It might have zodiac racism, but that's advanced racism. None of this skin color shit. So, like, this Mercury transit, you have already awakened, but your processor cannot run these programs because it's too advanced. So this Mercury and Gemini is now updating the processor to Windows Infinity. And this is where you're not awakening any extra power. You're accessing latent talent you've always had, but now you've upgraded your processor with the trine to Jupiter to literally update it so that you can now, while it retrogrades, begin to simulate, oh, I have this program. Oh, I could actually run this program. And so the retrograde process is you actually installing these new programs. Then it goes direct and we move forward. So I need to say this one more again. This Mercury transit is necessary because once we step into Cancer season, into Leo Virgo, we're going to start to actually master and perfect these new abilities. And it's the Mercury and Gemini transit. Okay. Radiant Gems, thank you so much. You're fucking amazing. I got your PayPal. So we're going to do you first, actually. Okay. You're gonna get the reading first. So yeah, this is oh my gosh, Ben's Lost Mind said, ha, I got 111. And that's fucking crazy. Shout out to Renee. We'll keep that an inside joke between you and I. But other than that, Ben's Lost Mind, you psychic as hell. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That's all I'm gonna say. But other than that, This is so very important because, oh my gosh, y'all been waiting for this your whole life. So this is where like the fun is gonna start. And this is where shit is gonna start to be like, your mind is literally gonna open up to infinity. And so I want to kind of set this up again. All right. So basically, there's before Mercury and Gemini, there's after Mercury and Gemini. Because everything's going to change Gemini season. From Gemini to Sagittarius season, you're changing your entire life. And then from Sag back to Gemini, you're changing everyone around you. Okay. So you're being introduced to a new enlightened way to think based on the Earth base sign, right, of Uranus, Mercury, and Taurus that is manifesting uniqueness and unconventionality in your own personal, individual way to sense physically. Now, do you believe in magical fairies? Because Hollywood has made these fairies look like they soft. Fairies are fucking gangster. Fairies are more gangster than leprechauns. Don't fuck with fairies, because these fairies be reaching out, and a lot of people have seen movies in Hollywood and think these fairies are sweet. It's enough for people to even barely believe in fairies. Fairies are very real. I think the magicians did the fairies right, but they're even more gangster than in the magic. Fairies look cute, but they are gangster. Trust me. Fairies is not trying to fuck with you unless you bout it. Okay. There's all sorts of mythological beings. There's infinite amounts of worlds. Mercury that's going to square Neptune is going to give you intellectual, logical, enlightened truth about what these mythological beings that come from the astral realm of imagination. It's unreal. And so your mind is going to process, this is fucking bullshit. Nigga, you're making this shit up. Why are you making up mythological fantasy beings? What the fuck are you talking about? This makes no sense. This is a good sign. This is the Gemini Pisces square. This is why Gemini translates for Pisces, because this is the language Pisces speaks. Blah, 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 unicorn fairy. And then I was in the astral realm, and then I peed in the bucket and ate, drank gold, and then and then Gemini translates and says, the etheric capability of this dualistic plane of existence makes it so that I can interact with so many different beings. And if I don't have that necessary balance, we may not be able to move forward. Yes, that's what Pisces said, but that's not what it sounds to you. To you, it sounds like, that's why every Pisces needs a Gemini and every Gemini needs a Pisces. Okay. Now what you realize is Pisces really does know the language, but they would much rather troll, because why the fuck not? And why not have a translator? And this is where you're going to be coming into that connection where you're seeing the fish tart information, and then Mercury and Gemini is like, oh, this is the real world application. But what this is also going to do is actually bring into reality through your mind from this imagination portal, mythological, supernatural, extra dimensional phenomena. This is now and it's so very important and significant that this retrograde occurs square Neptune. It's going to be conjunct Venus, square Neptune. Why is Mercury squaring Neptune? Let's welcome Leslie Lopez to the motherfucking $1 billion vibe tribe, baby. Okay, why is Mercury in Gemini squaring Neptune? That is fucking insane. Okay, that is the NZT moment. I want you to think about how Neptune dissolves the inhibitive nature of your critical mind. That's like, dude, I don't even need to do all this. I can just fucking chill. That's Neptune, bro. And it's literally going to dissolve with the square what you're doing, like laughing gas, because if you notice, when it retrogrades, it's also going to be trining Jupiter in Pisces. So Jupiter will already be in Pisces during this period, and the sun will be on the north node when Mercury retrogrades. All right. Why does Dolo talk like a Pisces on Adderall? That is hilarious. Shout out to Uriel. That's my true brother. So once again, let's actually go through the transit. Mercury is going to initially enter Gemini, okay, in another couple days, the 5th of May, really the 3rd of May. And so concerning the 4th of May, rather, as soon as Mercury enters Gemini, the moon will be in Aquarius and you'll be downloading the evolution of knowledge. This is so important, guys, because the first aspect Mercury is going to make is sextile Chiron on the North Node. There is an exceptionally huge... Oh my God! What the fuck? I'm so sorry, y'all. Like, I didn't even mean to blow up like that. But like, I don't know how to tell you guys this. I don't know how to tell you guys that you're about to just walk to fucking Walmart and then reality just stops around you and then like aliens fucking appear. And it's like, look, you're not even living a real life. We've just simulated this Truman Show reality around you, and this is the facts. And you're going to have this entire 50-minute talk in less than 1 second in your head. I don't know how to like this is not a third dimensional dynamics. This is some 7D shit. I just broke down some 5D, 7D shit where you can elapse a whole lifetime within a minute. It's weird. I wish I can. If I was a Sagittarius, if I was a Scorpio, if I was a Leo, I can explain this. But like, I'm just a simple, basic Gemini. So like, I only know how to like break it down in certain words. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know. But like, that's the CNC. This happened to Pisces, Colby Barrett in 2017. So like, there's Pisces and Aquarius. That's like, motherfucker, that happened to me like 10 years ago though. Like, what are you talking about, Peace Dealer? I'm not talking to you guys. Lose my number, Pisces. Lose my number, Aquarius. You niggas want to know everything. And do it in a minute. My bad. I shouldn't get mad at you because you did tell us. But it is what it is. I don't know how else to tell you, dog. Like, Uranus is like behind this. So like, this is not just going to gradually happen where like, you do this, and then you do that, and then you do this, and then you do that, and then you're enlightened. You're literally just going to be minding your enlightenment. And it's just going to be like you got smacked in the face with like information. So to put this into context, this did happen last year. You were minding your business, like getting quarantined and locked down, and Q riots, Q protests. Who saw that shit coming? Thank you. And this is when you start to be like, oh shit, the Illuminati is real for real. Oh shit, false flag. Okay, now this is no longer at the world level. This is at the Aquarius level. This is out of this world. Remember, Aquarius is supernatural. So everything about this Mercury transit is trining Saturn, guys. We're literally going to start this off by Mercury on the North Node, processing the truth of your destiny, sextiling Chiron, which is a key, and the shit's gonna be insane. So please understand, all Mercury and Gemini, which is important because Mercury is already at the end of Taurus right now as we speak. Mercury is literally 26 degrees Taurus. It's moving. It's getting ready to go into Gemini, and then like the information you're going to process in Mercury and Gemini is going to be relative to advanced technological advancements that will literally evolve how much more enlightened and intelligently you process. So you're not going to be looking at a phone and being like, this is a smartphone. You're going to be like, wow, this is an electronic device that channels through GPS signals and connects with aliens. And it's going to be like you have higher knowledge to now take everything you ever seen and add this extra knowledge. Okay, now let me simplify what this extra knowledge is. I say extra knowledge, but this extra knowledge is, are you ready? Aliens. So you're basically going to look at everything and be like, cellular phones plus aliens, tarot cards plus aliens. Like it's not going to be abstract anymore where it's just like, yeah, aliens might be out there somewhere. No, nigga, alien, like behind me right now, vibrating at a speed or frequency that we can't perceive, but they're there trolling, making faces behind me like, That's what aliens do all day. They're fucking trolls. They're fucking trolls. You think that they're just like, we're overlords and take us to your leader. No, motherfucker. They're an advanced civilization and species. They laugh at us. They're trolling. I'm sorry. I kind of get kind of crazy when I talk about this because you'll see yourself. And and that's just going to be the square to Neptune. It's like, motherfucker, I've been working for this degree for 30 years. Imagine working so hard in this 3D reality and you think it's so important. And then you just get this knowledge like, oh yeah, we were fucking with you. Like none of that shit was important. We just wanted you to develop some skills doing that. And plus, if we told you from the get-go that you were from an alien race, you wouldn't believe us. And they're right, you wouldn't. So like a lot of y'all, that's going to be that squared in Neptune. It's going to be like, wait, what are you talking about? I spent all this money on student loans only for the economy to reset and crash and y'all to tell me I'm sorry. What the fuck is this? And so the reason why this isn't necessarily going to be a bad thing is because this is all tied into uploading the next wave. Remember, we're in the new age of the gods. So this is all about uploading the next wave of what you're stepping into. And so relative to this new age of the gods where you're manifesting definitively supernatural abilities, it's this Gemini transit that turns it on in your mind. And it's Gemini that's going to manifest the enlightened perspective of the power you've awakened in your body. It's Gemini season that's going to be like, oh, this is what I can do. It's like your menu bar. And then you're going to take action in Cancer for the next axis, which will take you socially with others to fight with, to cooperate with other people with the superpower. You're going to cooperate with other people with their superpower. It's going to look like Naruto, y'all. Earth style and air style. Bullshit no jutsu. And like you gonna be having a regular conversation with somebody, right? Or you're just gonna be having a regular social interaction with someone, and a muggle or someone who's seeing it on the surface will be like, oh wow, they're having a very passionate small talk conversation. But someone whose eyes are woke, they're gonna be saying fire style. We're water style. And like that's so very important. Because once again, a lot of people are looking for too literal of a rendition of these abilities. And that's 17 years from now. It's the younger generation, the Boruto gen, that's going to wed technology and supernatural ability. We have it right now, but it's at a super subtle level. Moon sign beef, yes. So like it's going to be very subtle coming into Jupiter and Aries through Jupiter and Pisces. And that subtlety will still be huge. So it's not going to be unnoticeable. But I'm saying this because you're already experiencing this right now. It's Gemini that's going to bring this physically to your conscious mind to where you're, angels, to where you're directly going to be working with angels, by the way. So aliens and angels, okay? Aliens and angels. Some people think angels are aliens because they are out of this world. And this is why I call this limitless. Because if you choose to accept with the movie Limitless, at the end of the movie, he didn't need the pills anymore. Think about that. The antagonist threatened to cut off his supply. And he was like, nigga, I don't need that shit. Oh, and there's a car crash that's about to happen. What are you talking about? So his brain acclimated to the NZT because he used it so much. He didn't get the withdrawal anymore. And like Harrison said, we are the drug. So I want you to imagine that the transit is a slow but sure 2-month neural pathway evolution that's going to bring you to that state when it's done. And by the time Mercury is out of Gemini, your ability to process, no, you won't need any of that. Your ability to process information in ways that intertwine with the evolution of your supernatural consciousness will align, okay? And perfect itself coming into Mercury and Virgo. Okay. What if I told you we got the bugs out and perfected it? Exactly. Exactly. He's still on. Oh, okay. Big boy. Thank you. Thank you. So he was still on it. He just perfected it. That's a good analogy. But I want to extend that forth and say your brain, imagine if you didn't need it, your brain will literally just kind of like acclimate to it, right? So keep that in mind. Of course, Limitless uses the whole drug induced, but instead of taking a pill, you're actually converting your life force energy. And so it's the enlightenment of this knowledge that will really help you navigate your own uniqueness. So Mercury is going to go into Gemini. The first decade of Mercury and Gemini, sub-ruled by Mercury, is going to be that electric insight coming from the fourth that's going to drop fucking gems on you. And the enlightenment you're going to get is not only wicked awesome, but relative to everything that happened last year, you're going to see how everything is not adding up. And people individually all around the world, breath is life force energy. Thank you, Amy. Everything all around the world is going to come together and realize, oh shit, we've been lied to, because Gemini is the truth. All right. This duality, it's the lie and the truth. It's all the enlightenment. And so really it's the truth. But this is where the first decade is going to end with Mercury on the North Node. And once Mercury is on the North Node, which at this point will be trining, okay, Saturn, if I'm correct. Yep. That's going to be the first impetus of strengthening and anchoring this karmic knowledge to your processing ability. So it's like charging. So it's almost as if like when you take NZT and your brain opens up, from that point it opens up and sets. That's the first decade where it's anchored. And you're now coming into, of course, the 10th, 11th, a supernaturally profound realization of where destiny is anchoring and aligning this enlightened info. But it's not as simple as that. Every single day from now until then is a climax building to this. Because Chiron in Aries is definitely not only an impulse, but also a trigger that's going to very realistically kick this off. So think of each degree of Mercury in Gemini as enlightening you to one step further in the piece of the puzzle, even though each gem will be wicked ridiculous. Let us go back, and just once again illustrate that now that Jupiter and Saturn are in Aquarius, aliens are getting ready to invade your whole existence. Okay. And I say invade, but they're already been here. The whole notion, by the way, that aliens are going to invade one day is a complete myth. I'm gonna say that again. The whole and you need to understand how rhetoric is deliberately insulting your intelligence and misleading you so that they can prepare you for a false flag alien attack. The whole, like, think about how long civilization has been here. Thank you, Ben's Lost Mind. Think about how long civilization has been here. Think about how much longer civilization has been here without the advent of technology. So the whole notion that aliens are finally going to disclose themselves to us and we're going to finally break through is a fucking lie. They've been amongst us since before civilization. Aliens actually spawned civilization. If you want to look up theories that speak up to their existence in Mesopotamia and that area, many of you have, and this is scientifically proven, almost everybody watching this, if not everyone, has alien DNA in their genes pertaining to DNA sequences that they cannot identify and are outside this world. So aliens, whatever you think of them as, have been amongst us. Aliens and frequencies, some people believe, are harvesting for adrenochrome for their flesh vessel suits in order to stay young or whatever. I like to think of aliens as frequencies and demons as vibrations, both which need human hosts, right? The alien will attach to one's mind. the demon frequency or vibe will attach to one's soul or heart or stuck negative vibrations. So you're dealing with, this is a frequency war. And you're actually seeing frequency wars too, with technology. But we're dealing with high frequency energetic beings that are real. All right, that are real. This exists in our universe. In our universe is phenomena that expresses itself at a level with which we can't perceive. They're colors with which we can't see. There's a spectrum with which vibrates outside of our ability to perceive, but it doesn't make it any less real. That's the most important thing I need to really express here. So come into this Mercury Gemini that now it's trining Aquarius, you're going to have knowledge of these higher frequency existences that have always been around, but now with this successive decade-long cycle that came around the cycle, bam, okay, you finally have this. And this is where if you're born 91, 92, 93, you're the most important motherfucker here. And 94, 95, 96, you next. Okay, so like you incarnated Saturn and Aqua with knowledge in your body and mind that is awakening now. Yo, S, God bless you. The homework for Mercury and Gemini is simply to watch Limitless or watch Lucy. You can watch Invincible too, but watch Limitless or watch Lucy. I think there's a Jamie Foxx movie that does something about this too, where you don't choose your power, but like you can have a random power. So watch Limitless, watch Lucy, watch both. The purpose of it is to stimulate your mind during the transit to help facilitate more realizations. You don't really have to watch it. Power, that's what it's called. You don't really push. I haven't watched Push, but I heard it was good. So, you know what I'm saying? Or Project Power. I've heard, I got to check out Project Power too. I think it was Project Power on Netflix, the Jamie Foxx one. So other than that, you don't have to watch those movies, but the reason why I want you to watch that movie is the whole notion of someone accessing more of their brain magic, right? That's Gemini. So after the first decade, Mercury is going to go into the second decade where we're going to see, of course, Venus catch up. And while Mercury's in the second decade, the sun is going to be in Taurus in the last decade. Mars is going to be 15 degrees and Jupiter will finally hit 0 degrees. This is where, based off of the initial enlightenment that your mind's going to be processing, because remember, your mind is going to be processing ahead of your consciousness. So you're going to be processing collectively with other people information that you are not yet consciously aware of. Venus and Mercury is going to be having you talking with a friend who's talking about another friend you're going to meet down the line when you're conscious of them, when the sun's there, and then you finally meet that friend. So Venus ahead of the sun is setting up relationships for you ahead of time. Mercury in front of the sun is literally setting up information in your neural pathways that you will process first and then be conscious of later. This is important because with the retrograde, once we're in Cancer season, you're going to be processing information that you were already made aware of as your processing catches up to your conscious awareness. This is the most important, one of the most important aspects in astrology that really explain the flow of how information is processed. So while Mercury is rapidly processing this information, the sun in Taurus is going to be manifesting the mastery of all this awakened